Hi everyone, welcome to OET 369, and in this session we are going to deal with Part C of OET reading. So from the feedback I've got, I think most of the OET people find it difficult to answer Part C than any other parts in OET reading. So I thought I'll examine that in detail today, and we'll discuss the skills required to answer Part C, and let's have some practice examples as well. Okay, so for those who are new to the OET reading, Part C has two texts, and you'll get a 45 minutes to answer Part B and C together. So let's say we'll have like 15 minutes for one text. So total of 30 minutes, maximum of 30 minutes to answer these two texts. Okay. So to get your answers right in Part C, it is really important that you have to use the right skills required. Okay, so skill number one, you have to read and examine in detail. So you have to read the question and examine the question. You have to read the text, examine the text, and then you have to go through the options and examine each options in detail. You may have to reread the text to eliminate or to confirm your answers, but you have to examine that in detail. If you fail to examine any of these three, then there are chances that your answer is going to go wrong. Okay, so in this session we are going to see a text. We are going to practice how to develop these skills. So let's look at this text now. Now, let's look into this text. So it says scientists generally suggest doctors to educate diabetes management plan to the high risk age group 45 to 55 years. Okay. So that's a little text, and from this text you have to find out the answer. So in the question it says, what do doctors usually do for the age group 45 to 55 years to prevent diabetes in this category? Okay, and you do have four options. First one is denote advice on diabetes management plan. Second one is advice on diabetes management plan. Option number three is age group 45 to 55 years are at high risk, and option number D is none of the above. Right, so you need to find out the answer. Okay, so let's examine this question in detail. What do doctors usually do for this age group? Okay, so if you go to the text, the first option says denote advice on diabetes management plan. Whereas in the text, it clearly says doctors to educate diabetes management plan. Okay, so that is entirely opposite to option A. So we have confirmed that option A is not the answer. So I've crossed that off. Okay, now let's go to option number B. Advice on diabetes management plan. Yes, it does say doctors to educate diabetes management plan. Okay, that can be a query. Before I confirm, I just put a question mark. Option number C says age group 45 to 55 years are at high risk. Yes, it says high risk age group is 45 to 55 years. Again, when you come to the question, what do doctors usually do for this age group? So that is an irrelevant option, I think. So I'm going to cross that off. Okay, and now finally none of the above. Well, I'm just going to put that as a query because it's just none of the above. So now we've got B and none of the above. So B option says advice on diabetes management plan. Yes, it does say doctors to educate. When you see the question, what do doctors usually do? Okay, and in the text it says scientists generally suggest. It's just a suggestion. Actually, they are not saying whether doctors do this or this. It is clear. It is not clear. In this text, they are not saying whether the doctors are doing it or not. Okay, so I think the answer is none of the above, because they have just suggested doctors to educate, but are the doctors doing it? We don't know. Are they not doing it? We don't know. So the answer is none of the above. I've taken that answer. So this is how you should be answering part C. Whereas if you just go to this bit, you may confuse as option B and you may get the wrong answer. So you have to analyze the text, the question, and each options in detail. Okay, and then only you can find the right answer. So guys, please use this skill whenever you practice part C. Okay. So I hope you understood how to use skill number 1 effectively. And the other skill you may have to use in OET reading part C is think about the paragraph as a whole rather than just taking a point from the text. So in most of the cases, you will be asked to have the writer's view or think about the writer's view than just taking a single context from the text. So you have to think about the text as a whole rather than just taking sentence from the text to match it with the option. Okay, so let's have a practice of this now. If you read the text again, please. Now, let's look at the different text. So, in this text, we usually go and read the question first. So, in the question, it says, in this paragraph, the writer focus on. In this paragraph, the writer focus on. So, you basically need to find out what the writer focus on, focus in this paragraph. So, now, opioids are usually given to patients and used as analgesic in medical science. The activity of opioid in the human body is highly complex. Opioid receptors are widely distributed in brain, spinal cord, and peripheral tissues. However, due to opioid use, it is proven that the receptors can interfere with intestinal activity and leads to opioid-induced constipation. So we have kind of realized that this text is about opioids. Now we'll go to the options and we've kind of realized that it says what does opioid do in the human body. So when you go to the question, again it says, in this paragraph, the writer focus on. Option A is opioids in general. Okay, so it says generally about opioids. Yes, that could be the answer. So you can put that as a query. Now, in the option B, it says types of receptors in the body. Yes, it do says about the type of receptors, but actually the question is says write a focus on. Each and every sentence of this paragraph starts with opioid, so that is definitely not what the writer focus on. So I'm going to close that option B. Now, distribution of opioid receptors is the option number 3. So if you see that opioid receptors are widely distributed, yes, it does say in the paragraph, but again, what is the question? The writer focus on. This is not what the writer focus on. So I'm going to cross option C. Now, how opioid induced constipation occurs. Okay. So let's come to the end of the paragraph. However, due to opioid use, it is proven that the receptors can interfere with intestinal activity and leads to opioid-induced constipation. Right. So in the end, the writer is trying to convey the message how actually opioid-induced constipation occurs. So this option D covers than option A. So in this bit, usually you focus at the end of the paragraph. That's where the writer has concluded the paragraph, and that's where the focus is. So I went for the option D. So I've analyzed the paragraph as a whole rather than a single sentence. Okay, so if you use this skill, you'll get the right answer. So guys, please carry on practicing these skills. Okay. So I hope you have all this session was useful for all of you. And again, if you have any personal queries, you can email me at oet369@gmail.com. I've also included my WhatsApp number with the description, so you can always WhatsApp me for any queries. You can expect more sessions like this. I'll be coming back with writing sessions, live practice, and everything like that. So keep on watching OET369, and thank you for all your support. Bye bye.